Meow. Is this thing on? Oh, hello and welcome to Helen Kitty Cat Crafts. What do? Well, I do slow stitching, dolls' houses, fabric art, miniatures, dioramas, all sorts of things. But mainly I just play because I don't want to grow up. Stick around and see what we do. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Cats. Oh yes, we do cats too. Welcome. Hello, lovely friends. How are you? I hope you've had a good week. Thanks for popping in. So, something a little bit different today. I thought we would grab some old magazines and make some images for my journals. Now, those that have been with me a while will know that I do junk journal, but I haven't done any for a while, I must admit. I think the issue is I'd overwhelmed myself. I'd probably got sort of 18, 19 junk journals on the go, and I just found it quite overwhelming. So I've packed them away. Well, when I say I've packed them away, I've put them on a bookcase that is out of sight and decided I will go back to them, and just not right now. So I've been concentrating on my slow stitching and my dolls' houses and my dioramas, and my colouring and my watercolour painting. I am still doing journaling, but just not as much. But what I wanted to do was create a journal for each of the mini builds that I'm doing. So the chateau and the magic curiosity shop and the others that I've got in my head, because I thought it'd be quite nice to put my ideas down in a journal, glue book, whatever you want to call it, and maybe have a little bit of a backstory as well, because it'd be nice to know how where the ideas for each one comes from. Does that make sense to you? I hope so. It probably will once I start uploading videos. And the videos aren't going to be fast and frequent. It's every so often I am going to open up the journals, see where we are, what we've done, tick things off, and it will help me plan the journey forward. And I'd like to take you on that journey with me because you're my friends. So I've gathered up, oh gosh, I don't know, probably half a dozen old magazines that I found around the house while I've been tidying up. And I'm just going to harvest them for images as I'm popping through and thinking, that'd be good for. And then over the next few weeks, I am going to put the images in the journals that I took them for, and I'll kind of explain a bit as I go along. Is that okay with you? Is something you think that you'd want to watch? I hope so, because I'd really like you to join me on my journey. So there's no particular searching for images, it's just whatever grabs me as we're going through. And we're using the ruler to just rip them out, and I'll worry about tidying them up as I stick them in the journal. So again, it's not going to be a quick process. I'm going to take it nice and gentle and enjoy it as I do it. It won't be every day, it won't be every week, but it's like starting afresh. And sometimes when you step away from something, you come back with fresh enthusiasm, which is what I needed to do. So, as you can see, we are just randomly selecting images that I think, oh, I like that. Like that. I love that wallpaper. That wallpaper is amazing. It's not a wallpaper that I could use, but it is amazing. I also quite like the sofa, to be fair. Excuse me. It's a beautiful colour blue. But that wallpaper just grabs me. So I am going to take it out. Yep, I like that. I love going through old magazines. You can actually buy bundles of old magazines on eBay. So if you just literally type in magazine bundles, or if you want a specific sort of magazine, and you can pick maybe 5 or 6 magazines up for something like £6-7. Obviously they're not current, although I did get last month's Daphne's Diary, or the last edition of Daphne's Diary, off of eBay, and because it was a UK seller, the postage was a lot more reasonable. So there's a little tip. Trees and flowers. Trees and flowers are always good as inspiration. If you need inspiration, always look to nature. Isn't that what they say? I like those flowers. I'm also looking for ideas for, I want to do a like a fairy, not a fairy garden, but along similar sort of lines. And I'm thinking it would be a mixed media in that the flowers would be made from fabric or felt, and the rest of the diorama will be sort of little wooden toadstools, fairy house, maybe even some little fairies. They're still in the planning stage. I haven't made any firm decisions on that yet, but I'm collecting little flower images to give me ideas of flowers to make. So that's one diorama. Then of course I have my chateau, and I also have my magical curiosity shop, which is kind of how can I describe it? I have the image in my head. It's a bit of a think Charles Dickens' Old Curiosity Shop with a little bit of magic combined. And that's where I'm going. But also a little bit of maybe Christmas Carol, in that the owner's a little bit miserly and lives upstairs above the shop. A little bit grumpy. So yeah, there's that. I like to plan characters as well. So that will go into the journal of how the whole thing has evolved. And then what have I got in front of me now? Haunted Hollows. Now, Haunted Hollows is, well, it's an abandoned mansion, and you'll have to come back and watch the video for the backstory on that one. And then I have also got a Victorian diorama, but not purely Victorian. So I want to do like a little street that's based on a Victorian street, but there might be other things creeping through into it. As I say, a lot of these ideas are still in the thinking process, which is good because I'm working on my chateau, and of course I have Hickory House, which is my grandfather clock, and that is going to be a kind of brambly hedge, just because I love brambly hedge, wind in the willows, borrowers type thing. And it's going to be inhabited by Sylvanian families and mice, because it's a clock, or it was a clock. Now it's not. Now it's just a grandfather clock case. But yeah, I've got that to think about too. I think that's possibly it for now. I think that's enough to be getting on with, don't you? Yeah, I think so too. So there we go. That is what we are up to when I'm crafting. Apart from my sewing, obviously, and I've got several sewing projects on the go. But that will be for other videos. So we're still on the same magazine. Can you believe that? I have got so much inspiration from these magazines. Do you have days where you just sit there and collect journal fodder? Like, you just grab yourself a coffee, grab yourself a chair, sit down, forget about everything, and just sit and rip out inspirational pictures. Sometimes it's just nice, isn't it? Now, this is an Artists and Illustrators magazine. I love that image on the front, and although I don't need it for my Doll's House journals, I am going to take it because I've still got my pink journal, because anyone who has been here before or who knows me knows that I love everything pink. If there's a pink option, I'll take it. So yeah, I'm taking that image from my pink journal. Do you have a favourite colour journal? Let me know. I just like anything pink. There's some really good art in here. I love seeing other people's art. Not necessarily the bigger artists, although obviously I do love them. I love Monet, Van Gogh, Degas. They are my favourites. But I love seeing other people's artistic interpretations of something. I think it's really interesting how you could literally put an empty cup down in front of 6 different people and get 6 different artistic interpretations of that cup. Because art is a very individual thing, isn't it? It is a very individual thing, and it's very self-expression. There's a lot of self-expression there. And everybody's style is different as well. I don't fit into anybody's particular style box, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just find it really interesting to see other people's ideas of art, and the use of colour and texture still fascinates me after all this time. It just blows me away how I will see something and think, oh, I have never thought about doing that. And sometimes it's nice to look at a piece of art and try and figure out how they did that. Like, wow, how did they get that texture? Or, you know, that colour. I think it's really interesting, and it's always been a passion of mine. I mean, I'm no artist, trust me. I am no artist. But I love just having a go. I'm not selling it. It's not for anything. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But it is very therapeutic and very relaxing just to sit and paint and not have any firm restrictions. Although I do usually use watercolour, I must say. I do love watercolour. Now, I love oil paints, but they take so long to dry. And I am possibly one of the most impatient people in the world. So oil painting is probably not for me, though I do love it. Watercolours dry a lot quicker, and I'm definitely not an expert. But yeah, it's interesting that it's always been a part of my life, kind of thing. Both my children are artistic, probably more so than me, to be fair. My son prefers pen and ink. He draws a lot with this, you know, the micron drawing pens, and he's very much into fine detail. The amount of detail that he fits into his artwork, tiny, tiny, tiny little details that you really have to look for. And he's always drawing. He's 17 now, and he has autism and other issues, let's say. that go along with the autism. And I don't think in those 17 years there's been many days that he's not drawn in some form. More so over the past 7 or 8 years, and he's got so many sketchbooks just full of art, and it's amazing. I love his art. It's raw. It's not. It's not. How can I put it? It's precise. It's very precise, but it's very raw. It's not uniform. It's not. It's not. I'm not explaining this very well, am I? I know what I mean. But his art is amazing, and I just love it so much. Let me see if I can find a picture for you. If I can, I'll pop it in. So that is one of his that he did not so long back, and it's a diver, obviously. But if you see what I mean, it is an expression of him. My daughter also draws and paints. She uses mainly acrylics and gouache. Her art is a lot softer, whereas his is quite harsh and deliberate. Hers is more emotional, but equally as beautiful. I just find the whole thing fascinating. I love this image of this man, and I think I'm going to take him because I imagine he would make an excellent owner of my haunted hollows. I also like collecting ideas on colours. Oh, that is stunning. Isn't that a stunning painting? I'm taking that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it for, but that is a stunning picture. And that's how he created the art. I'm taking that bit as well. Just because. Oh, I like that. That's a lovely old building. Definitely taking that one. Oh, but it's on the back of the flowers. And I want the flowers too. I've got to take the flowers, I'm sorry. But I can have that one. And, yep, I'm taking that one. Without a doubt. That's ace, that. I love it. Okay. Sometimes it's just great to just sit and harvest pictures, isn't it? Ooh, that's moody. I like that. Very dark and deep. Such a contrast to the actual building, because I would say that's quite, although it's quite imposing, it's definitely not dark. That's the thing, isn't it? You can find so much. Oh yes, I like that. We'll have that as well. Very nice. I'd love to sit in that chair and drink my coffee and just watch the world go by. Do you ever just sit sometimes and people watch? I love to people watch. No judgment, just I just like people watch. I find it fascinating. Quite like those flowers as well. I think I'll have those. Bit of inspiration for the fairy garden. Hmm. Oh, that's cute. I like the jars as well. I'm going to take the jar. That can go into my curiosity shop. Yep, I like that. And the flower, I like the flower. That could go into, again, the fairy garden, I think. Hmm. Very nice images. Yeah, I don't need a wash powder advert. I do need those flowers though. They are so pretty. I can imagine making those. I do like ripping with these deckle-edged rulers. I find it a lot more fun than sitting there fussy cutting with scissors. I will fussy cut if I need to, but at the minute I'm just going to rip them all out. And then I'll decide if I want to fussy cut them later. Purely just gathering at the moment. What a way to spend an afternoon. I'm so glad you're here. I hope I'm not boring you too much. You can always skip a bit, I won't mind. To be fair, I'm almost done. Um, so you best finish your coffee. I hope it was nice and warm. Did you have a biscuit to dunk in there too? Got to dunk a biscuit. I hope you've enjoyed this flip through harvesting session, and I've not sent you all to sleep. Oh, please do come back again, won't you? Gosh, I really have waffled for 30 minutes. Wow. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. Take care now. Goodbye.